I would just tell myself, if I was younger again, like, it's okay to fail. People don't really judge. People are really self-obsessed with themselves.
Yeah, and people don't care.
They don't care, right? They don't care. They just don't care. People don't care because they're really busy with their own lives. So I would tell myself, just try, take more risks.
Yes.
It's okay to fail. It will give you a lot more confidence because if I failed, I'm gonna be looking at everybody and I'm like, hey, I tried it, I failed. You don't know how it feels.
Yes.
You know, that kind of gives me an advantage over you.
I'm here with.
Mazen. I have a social media channel, a YouTube. It's mazen.canada. I'm with Ali today. We're gonna talk about men just living life in Canada, right? Just seeing how it is. Yeah.
How old are you?
Do I have to say that?
You don't have to. You can make it up if you want.
I'm in my 30s. I'm in my 30s now.
In his 30s.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to be in your 30s?
That's a great question. It feels very different being in your 20s, and it's exciting because when I was in my 20s, you always feel like you want to be older, right? Because you feel like you have all that much energy, but the world doesn't take you serious.
Yes.
It's a real thing, you know? You feel like you're not being taken serious, and you feel like you never really get there. You feel like in your 30s, I feel like a little shift. Like I actually kind of reached my full potential. Maybe I didn't reach all my dreams, but I feel like I have the same amount of energy I got in my 20s, but I have more maturity. Like my mind really understands things I never understood before.
Yeah.
It just hits you. You feel lucky in your 30s, to be honest, but you feel very hungry. I actually feel now hungrier than I was in my 20s. I was a little more confused about the world, but now I feel more confident. I feel ready to really achieve these goals I had since I was 10 years old. So yeah, I think it's a really good time. Hopefully, can it be extended a little more? But I'm happy now. Yeah, about this.
That's amazing. If you were to go back 10 years and give yourself a piece of advice, what would you tell yourself?
10 years. That's a great thing. I would just say be patient because I was extremely impatient. I'm still a little impatient now. It's so bad.
Yes.
But I would tell myself like the only difference between me and the next person is who's gonna last longer. Really, they say nice guys finish last, but I would just say winners finish last. You know what I mean? Whoever.
That's deep.
Yeah, for real. Because all of us have almost the same amount of intelligence. Like, you're not gonna be more intelligent than me. I'm not gonna be than you, but you're not gonna be stronger than me. We pretty much have the same, potential. But one of us just gonna give up before the second person. And I used to give up very easily. So my advice would be just be more patient and understand that if you want to win, it's gonna take some time. Yeah.
That goes hard, man. That's hard.
Yeah.
Why do you think people give up so easily? And what stopped you from giving up?
Yeah, I think it's expectations, number one. It happened with me, and I've seen a lot of people. Because if you're expecting in your mind this goal I want to achieve, it should take me a year. I know the first 5 months pass by and you see nothing happening. Like being on YouTube, for example, right?
Yes.
So your mind gonna play tricks on you. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna wait for the year. It already nothing happened in 5 months. But the thing is, sometimes in the 10th month, everything happens, right?
Everything happens
So
fast.
again, it comes back to patience. That's why people give up, and it's mostly because of patience. Again, like you really need to wait. And I don't want to say not they don't have enough energy. They don't have enough stamina. It's mostly about patience.
And some people don't have the discipline and they don't want to, they want things quick and easy and fast.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's the biggest hurdle about everybody. If you wanna, if you wanna lose weight, because I was fat, really. Like I was.
You look great now.
I look good now, right? And I was trying. I used to play judo. I was fit. Then I became very overweight, and I would get into this diet. 1 month, I cannot do it anymore. Another diet, 3 weeks, I cannot do it anymore. You have, like you said, to just park aside your feelings.
Yes.
Park aside that feeling you get when you wake up. I just don't want to do it today. I just don't feel like it. You just find a way to put your mind on pilot mode, on some automated control. If you can do that, the discipline comes, right? It just becomes routine.
Yes.
And routine, even if it sounds boring, I think it's the secret to fulfill any goal you want. If you can really achieve some routine.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's it, yeah.
I love it. What are your biggest regrets in life?
My biggest regrets in life. My biggest regrets in life is being a little scared. I usually don't feel regret because I feel like I cannot change the past. But there's few things in life I was so scared to try. Like I was supposed to come to North America when I was younger, but I was so scared. I was so terrified. I came older, right? But I would just tell myself, if I was younger again, like it just hit me.
Yes.
It's okay to fail. It's okay if the whole thing just break. And people don't really judge. People are really self-obsessed with themselves.
Yeah, and people don't care.
They don't give a they don't care, right? They don't care. They just don't care. People don't care because they're really busy with their own lives. So I would tell myself, just try, take more risks.
Yes.
It's okay to fail. It will give you a lot more confidence because if I failed, I'm gonna be looking at everybody and I'm like, hey, I tried it, I failed. You don't know how it feels.
Yes.
You know, that kind of gives me advantage over you.
Yeah, at least you tried, and they didn't try. They didn't give it that.
Because everybody's so scared to try something.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to take more risk. I'm taking a lot of risks, and not all of them are winning, right? But you know what? It's surprising. It's more than 50% winning, and I don't care anymore. Right.
Why are you so scared to move to North America?
I was so scared because I come from the Middle East. It's a very different culture. My uncle was in the Middle East. He went to North America. He married a Western lady, a white Western lady. He completely assimilated in the culture, right? I was afraid that I might not be able to do that. He was like the model for me that if you want to do well in North America, you really have to assimilate in a very different culture, right? And adapt to it. And the thing is, and I was right, kind of in a way that you see people come here, they don't adapt, and they really become miserable. You have to learn to adapt. I was afraid that I didn't have this in me, that I'm gonna be so rigid, I'm not gonna be able to adapt to a very different thing. But I just found out later, I was good at it.
Yes.
I just had to try, right? Like I just had to try. That was my biggest fear, that I would come here and just can't adapt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you think people come here and they can't seem to adapt to it after leaving their home country?
Well, North America is great in a way that it's super multicultural. You still can retain who you are, and people are extremely accepting. The culture is extremely accepting. I would find it really hard for somebody not doing well here, but it happens, right? It happens. Some of them really cannot do it. I think because deep down inside them, I don't want to say they're judging this type of life, but I think it's their nature, the hate, maybe the openness. It's still an open society, right? We have to admit it. It's extremely open society. So if inside you're a little more on the conservative side, you're a little more that I just cannot see so many different people, I cannot see so many different things, it will be very hard for you to do it. And I think most of I know some friends of mine who are here and they still have that same mentality of how they are. And deep down, I think they hate seeing the differences. You have to accept the openness here.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the biggest misconception people have about the Middle East?
The biggest misconception people have about the Middle East is the amount of conservatism. I think they expect it to be hyper conservative. Conservative? Yeah, I forgot.
That's all good.
It's not, you know what I mean? It's not that. It is conservative compared to, of course, North America or any Western place on Earth, but it's not that conservative. Like, I'll be hearing people like, why your cousin is not wearing a hijab? I told them, yeah, not all of them are wearing hijab, but that's the biggest misconception. The second biggest misconception I would be that other than how conservative people are there, how much hate they have towards the West. I don't think people in the Middle East hate the West. I grew up looking up to America. I was watching a lot of American movies. I thought the American culture was very interesting. I was hooked into the culture like everybody else in the whole world. We don't really hate the West, you know what I mean? I think they think that everybody in the Middle East just hate everybody here, but actually this is the opposite.
Yes.
Maybe they hate those who create the violence. Maybe if you are in a country that under so much war, under so much turmoil because of that, you can have hate towards those who's causing this, but there's no hate towards the West in general. That's the misconception I think it is.
Yes. What's one thing you wish you knew about money when you were 18?
Like I told you, buy Bitcoin. So much Bitcoin. For real.
I wish I did that.
Yeah, I wish I did that. For real, if I have a time machine, if I get back, I'm just going to buy all the Bitcoin in the world. That's the thing. But for real, the thing is when it comes to money, I learned recently, I would say even recently, even after I came here, that there was this book that I read. It's Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes.
This guy is a little interesting. It's very interesting.
Yes.
But that book is gold, right? That cash is trash, right? Just don't keep cash on you.
Yes.
Always buy something that's gonna increase in value. Always, you have to always find assets. Find something that you know if I buy it today with $10, in a year it's gonna be $12. But if I keep my $10 with me, it's gonna become actually $9, something like that. It's just gonna lose value. So yeah, I would tell myself, don't keep any money on you, just buy stuff. Number two, do not buy things that are kind of like stupid because they're kind of dopamine, dopamine friendly
Yes.
stuff. Like, and
Quick hits.
yeah, that's the thing. And this is something that happened to us when we were a little young because, oh, I want to get this thing. And how do you see in few hours it loses the
value.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So that's another thing. I want to think of something else also that's very interesting. And I think I learned here is you have to save money, right? Because when I was there I learned this recently, actually. And maybe also in the Middle East, people are a little more spendy, even though they have a lot of money. I find people in the West, they understand the value of money a little more.
Yes.
So I learned this here, but not just because of the West, but from my life here. Maybe because I'm getting older, I am learning that money is time and time is money. They're actually equal. Like we, as men or as humans or whatever, we kind of sell our time for money, right? So why don't I sell the money for the time? It's kind of equal, right?
Yeah.
So I have to think of money in terms like I have that much money, how much time it can buy me, right? And I have to think of it like this. Let's say I need, I don't know, 10K to live by 2 months or a month. So I'm gonna save that much money to have me live for that amount of time, right?
Yes.
And hopefully that's gonna get me into early retirement one day. But this is how I'm seeing it. Like money is time. So I'm gonna tell myself before you spend any dollar or any whatever money is spending, think of it like that. You lost some time on that. So do you really want to spend it or you don't want to spend it? Yeah, it's time. Literally, money is time.
It is.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you have to be hoarding the money like a cheap steak, but you have to think of it. You know what I mean? But you have to think of it like that money can take me that amount. It's like playing a game. Like when you're playing the games and you get that counter at the middle.
Yes.
You know the life thing.
Yep.
Video games. It's the
Lose
same thing.
lives, yep.
Yeah, you can lose life. It's gonna take you to that many. You can spend it if you know that you're good till end of game. But if you're not good till end of game, you better keep it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I would tell myself because I was very spendy, right? I was just spending money I don't have. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people fall into that trap. What's one of the worst financial mistakes you've made?
The worst financial mistakes I made it here, which is putting a lot of money in big cars. I did that, and I think was completely unnecessary. Because when you come here, they throw the credit at you, right?
Yes.
Like it's monopoly money, right?
Yeah.
They trick you into that. Then you're gonna spend it, and you're gonna come the next year. Hey, you have to pay interest $200 a month. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And they're gonna nag you, and they're gonna come after you, and you have to pay it, right? So the the thing that everybody that gonna be in that situation, you need to understand that there's no free lunch. Nobody gonna give you anything for free,
Yes.
and do not buy things you cannot afford. That's something I'm a little, I don't want to say regretful, but it's a lesson you learned, and I
Yes.
paid the price for it. It was really hard to pay back everything. I was in debt for recently. I paid everything, right? Because
Good for you.
I bought a lot of stuff that was completely stupid, right? You're getting all these things,
Yes.
big cars, big stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, well, congrats on
Yeah.
paying it off. So, yeah, good for you though, man. I'm glad you
Yeah.
paid it off. I mean, we've all got debts. It kind of drags you down a lot. You know, we all learn from our mistakes. You know, so it's great meeting
It
you,
was
man.
awesome. I'm gonna check your channel.
Yes, cool, man. So nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Take care, guys.